Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, the story of the United States of America 5 cents 2016 p coin begins with something that seems ordinary at first glance, yet holds a mystery that collectors absolutely love to uncover because every coin carries a hidden possibility of rarity and discovery that excites true coin hunters the moment they lay eyes on it. The 2016 p nickel comes from the famous Philadelphia Mint, one of the busiest mints in the country, producing millions of coins every single year, but within those millions, a tiny handful may contain rare minting errors or near-perfect conditions that transform them from pocket change into treasures worthy of attention. Collectors know that modern nickels normally circulate heavily, getting scratched, worn, and damaged as they pass through countless hands, and that is exactly why finding a flawless, untouched, high-grade 2016 p nickel is far rarer than most people imagine, making pristine survivors incredibly desirable. The beauty of this coin begins with the classic Jefferson design, a familiar face that appears on millions of nickels. Yet the 2016 p stands apart because subtle variations and mint discrepancies during its production year created opportunities for unique errors that only sharp-eyed collectors will ever notice. Imagine pulling a nickel from your pocket and noticing something odd about the lettering or numbers. Maybe the date looks doubled or the mint mark seems thicker or slightly misplaced, and suddenly that ordinary coin becomes a fascinating mystery waiting to be examined under magnification. One of the most exciting things about the 2016 p nickel is the presence of die cracks, tiny raised lines that form when a mint die begins to break, turning each affected coin into a miniature piece of minting history that no machine could ever perfectly replicate again. Some examples show off-center strikes where the design is shifted slightly away from center, creating a dramatic and eye-catching appearance that stands out instantly. To collectors who know that off-center errors can be worth far more than their face value when the misalignment is pronounced. Another coveted variety includes die clashes, moments when the coin dies strike each other without a planchet in between, leaving ghost-like impressions on the final coins that appear mysterious, eerie, and deeply intriguing to anyone who loves the unexpected beauty of minting accidents. There are even rare cases where the surface of the coin appears unusually glossy or reflective compared to typical circulation strikes, hinting that it might have originated from a specially prepared die or an early strike with sharper details and richer texture that collectors adore. Every collector dreams of finding a double die. Those incredible coins where parts of the design appear doubled due to a flaw during die creation. And although double dies are rare for modern nickels, the small chance that a 2016 p nickel might contain such an error keeps collectors searching enthusiastically. The thrill of the hunt intensifies when you realize that many people overlook nickels entirely, rarely checking them under good lighting or studying their edges, meaning valuable 2016 p error coins could be sitting unnoticed in jars, drawers, coin rolls, or even in everyday pocket change. This coin's rarity doesn't rely only on errors because condition matters just as much. And a perfectly preserved 2016 p nickel with sharp details, clean fields, and no signs of circulation can earn a surprisingly high value from collectors seeking flawless modern examples. Imagine finding a 2016 p nickel that looks like it was minted yesterday, with crisp lines, untouched surfaces, and a bold strike that jumps out immediately. And you would instantly know that you're holding a coin far more special than the average nickel found in circulation. Collectors often send their best finds to grading services where the coin's condition is officially examined and certified. And when a 2016 p nickel comes back with a high grade, especially in mint state or better, its market value can leap to impressive levels in auctions or collector sales. The reason this coin captures so much attention is that modern error coins are far scarcer than older ones because minting technology has improved, making accidents less frequent, which means every error from recent years becomes an exciting discovery worthy of admiration. Coin lovers enjoy studying these small imperfections because each one tells A story about what happened inside the mint, whether it was pressure misalignment, die deterioration, metal inconsistencies, or machine vibration, and these unique circumstances can turn a common nickel into a rare collectible. The 2016 P nickel has become a favorite among modern coin hunters because nobody expects a recent 5-cent piece to hold significant value. And that element of surprise adds excitement and anticipation to every search through coin rolls or old jars at home. Collectors also love the possibility that new discoveries are still being made because not every era variety of the 2016 P nickel has been completely documented, meaning that someone out there could find a brand new error type never seen before and change the coin's entire value landscape. This coin teaches us that true treasure doesn't always come in gold or silver. Sometimes it hides in the ordinary coins we handle every day, waiting patiently for someone observant enough to appreciate the rarity, beauty, and unique story tucked inside a simple 2016 P nickel. So if you ever come across a United States of America 5 cents 2016 P coin that looks different, sharper, unusual, or strikingly well preserved, take a closer look because the right combination of condition and errors could make it worth as much as $35,000. Second rare coin. The journey of the United States of America 5 cents 1997 P coin begins with something that millions of Americans used every day without a second thought. Yet hidden among those ordinary nickels is a rare group of coins that collectors consider modern treasures waiting patiently to be discovered by sharp-eyed enthusiasts. Minted at the bustling Philadelphia Mint. The 1997 P nickel rolled off machines during a period of high production, but even with massive numbers being made, a few extraordinary pieces were born with imperfections, sharper strikes, or unusual features that separate them from the rest forever. Collectors are fascinated by this coin because the 1997 P nickel still circulates today. And finding one in excellent condition after so many years is incredibly difficult, which instantly adds value for anyone lucky enough to uncover a pristine or error-filled example. Every time someone studies a 1997 P nickel closely, they unlock a small piece of minting history. Because no two coins age the same way, and some retain details so crisp, so sharp, and so perfectly preserved that they rise far above the normal examples seen in circulation. Imagine holding a nickel from 1997 that shows almost no scratches, no dings, no wear around the letters or portrait, and you would immediately sense that this coin survived through decades in a way that very few others did, making it rare and desirable for collectors around the world. Errors are what truly make certain 1997 P nickels skyrocket in value, and the minting process that year produced several unusual varieties that today are considered extremely collectible, especially for those who love the thrill of hunting modern errors. One of the most fascinating possibilities is a double die, where parts of the coin's design appear doubled due to an imperfection in the die-making process, and when collectors spot doubling on the date or lettering, they know they're holding something truly special. There were also die cracks reported on some 1997 P nickels, forming raised lines across the surface that look like tiny lightning bolts, and because these cracks can vary greatly in size and shape, each coin becomes a unique piece of minting artwork that nature and machinery unintentionally created together. Another rare and captivating error includes off-center strikes, where the design is shifted noticeably away from its normal position, producing an eye-catching look that instantly grabs attention and creates a coin that is far from ordinary. Die clashes from 1997 nickels are also beloved by collectors, where ghost-like impressions appear from dies striking each other without a planchet, leaving behind mysterious and unexpected patterns that elevate the coin into an error collector's dream. Some examples even show issues with the rims or edges, such as partial colors, where the coin shape isn't perfectly uniform. And these subtle imperfections make the coin more intriguing and significantly more valuable to those who appreciate the complexity of minting errors. Collectors also look for full steps on the Monticello building, an extremely sharp detail that appears on only the best-struck nickels, and a 1997 P with complete Uninterrupted steps is much rarer than most people think, especially after years of circulation. High-grade coins from this year are exceptionally hard to find, and because most nickels suffer heavy wear over time. Any 1997p coin that remains in mint state condition becomes an instant standout among collectors who search tirelessly for modern gems. If you discover a 1997p nickel with reflective surfaces, bright luster, and sharply defined details, you might be looking at a coin that narrowly escaped the typical fate of circulation wear, creating a rarity that grows more impressive with every passing year. Coin lovers appreciate how modern nickels like the 1997p can still surprise collectors, proving that valuable pieces aren't always ancient or made of precious metals. Sometimes they are everyday coins that carry hidden stories and strange minting events from decades past. What makes this particular nickel even more exciting is the fact that many of its rare errors are still being discovered today. So collectors remain hopeful that new varieties will continue to surface from pocket change, old jars, and forgotten drawers. For any collector who enjoys the suspense of searching coin rolls or examining nickels under a magnifier, the possibility of finding a premium 1997p example keeps the hobby thrilling, rewarding, and endlessly fascinating. If you ever spot unusual markings, misalignments, doubling, or cracks on your 1997p nickel, don't ignore it, because even the smallest variation could transform your ordinary 5-cent piece into something far more valuable than you ever imagined. This coin reminds us that treasures can hide in plain sight, waiting patiently for someone curious enough to take a second look, and the 1997p nickel continues to prove that modern coinage still holds surprises for collectors who appreciate rarity and beauty. So, if you're lucky enough to find a United States of America 5 cents 1997p coin with perfect condition or a rare minting error, then you might just be holding a coin worth as much as $40,000. Third expensive coin. The story of the United States of America 5 cents 2002p coin begins with something most people overlook every single day, yet hidden within this ordinary nickel lies a world of secrets, surprises, and rare possibilities that make collectors pay very close attention. The 2002p nickel comes from the busy Philadelphia Mint, a place where millions of coins are produced at lightning speed. But even among those countless pieces, a few extraordinary examples stand out because of rare conditions or unusual minting errors that transform them into treasures. Coin collectors love this particular year because modern nickels often get damaged quickly in circulation, which means finding a 2002p that still looks sharp, clean, and untouched after 2 decades is far rarer than most people imagine. Imagine holding a nickel from 2002 that still shines with original mint luster, every detail crisp, and every feature perfectly formed, and you instantly know you're holding something special that somehow survived the test of time with remarkable beauty. The design of the 2002p nickel may seem familiar, but the true excitement lies in how certain pieces were struck with remarkable sharpness or subtle imperfections, giving collectors reasons to study every corner, curve, and line in search of hidden rarity. One of the most exciting possibilities is the double die error, where parts of the design appear doubled due to a flaw in the die creation process. And when a collector spots doubling on the date, lettering, or Monticello, the value of that coin can jump dramatically. Another valuable error involves off-center strikes, where the design doesn't land perfectly in the center of the coin, creating a dramatic and instantly noticeable misalignment that collectors adore because these errors are both rare and highly eye-catching. Die cracks are also found on some 2002p nickels, forming tiny raised lines that stretch across the coin like lightning bolts, and every one of these cracks tells a different story about how the die aged or malfunctioned during production, making each error unique. Collectors also look for die clashes, ghost-like impressions caused when the dies strike each other without a planchet in place, leaving behind mysterious marks and shapes that turn an ordinary nickel into something truly fascinating. Another rare feature to look for is an unusually sharp strike, where every detail of Jefferson and Monticello appears extra bold, indicating the coin may have been one of the first struck from a fresh die, a quality that collectors always seek out. Some 2002p nickels show what's known as a partial color error, where the edge isn't perfectly shaped because the coin didn't sit just right during striking, creating a subtle but valuable minting mistake that collectors recognize immediately. But the true gems of this year are the coins that combine both rarity and exceptional condition, because a 2002p nickel that survived without scratches, dents, or discoloration is already hard to find, and when paired with an error, the value can climb even higher. Collectors enjoy searching for these coins because it reminds them that treasure doesn't always come in the form of ancient gold. Sometimes it hides in the most unexpected places, even in a simple nickel minted only a couple of decades ago. What makes the 2002p nickel even more exciting is that many people don't think to check their nickels carefully, meaning error coins. And high-grade survivors often sit unnoticed in old jars, drawers, and coin rolls waiting for the right person to discover them. The possibility of finding a rare or perfectly preserved nickel from this year keeps collectors motivated and excited, because you never know when a handful of change might contain something worth far more than just 5 cents. If you ever come across a 2002p nickel with unusually bright luster, sharp details, or interesting abnormalities, it's worth taking a closer look, because these tiny differences can be the key to unlocking the hidden value of your coin. Experienced collectors know that modern mint errors can sometimes be more valuable than older rare coins because they appear less frequently, making unique mistakes from recent years even more desirable in the world of coin collecting. Every 2002p nickel has its own story, shaped by the minting process, the condition in which it survived, and the eyes of the collector who finds it. And that story becomes even more meaningful when the coin is rare, beautiful, or filled with minting mysteries. So if you enjoy the thrill of discovery, examining your coins closely, and imagining the journey each one has taken, the 2002p nickel offers an exciting adventure in modern coin collecting that you won't want to miss. And if you ever find a United States of America 5 cents 2002p coin with a rare error or mint state condition, you might be holding something worth as much as $20,000. Especially, the story of the United States of America 5 cents 1989D coin begins with a year that many collectors often overlook. Yet hidden among the countless nickels produced at the Denver Mint are rare survivors and mysterious minting errors that have turned this simple coin into an exciting treasure for collectors to hunt for. When the Denver Mint released the 1989D nickel, it was intended to be just another everyday coin, something meant for vending machines, coffee shops, and pockets. But what no one expected was that a handful of these coins would later stand out as rare gems due to extraordinary conditions and striking anomalies. Collectors adore the 1989D nickel because finding one in exceptional condition is extremely difficult, as most nickels from this era were heavily circulated, tossed into jars, worn down by constant use, and rarely preserved with the level of care needed to maintain mint state quality. Imagine holding a nickel from 1989 that still gleams, with sharp, uninterrupted lines and perfect details untouched by time, and you will understand why these high-grade examples have become so desirable for collectors who know how rare such pristine pieces truly are. The design of the 1989D nickel may look familiar, but what makes this coin fascinating is how some examples were struck with slight imperfections, variations in pressure, or unusual die wear that led to collectible errors that now command strong interest in the coin collecting community. One of the most thrilling error types is the doubled die error, where parts of the text or numbers appear doubled due to a mistake during die preparation. And spotting one of these on a 1989D nickel instantly transforms an ordinary coin into a prized collectible. There are also examples of off-center strikes from this year, where the design lands noticeably away from the center of the coin, creating dramatic and eye-catching visuals that collectors love, because these misaligned strikes are both unusual and extremely valuable. Die cracks are another feature that make certain 1989D nickels special, as tiny raised lines can appear on the coin surface due to stress or aging of the die. And each crack forms a unique shape that makes the coin one of a kind for anyone lucky enough to find one. Some 1989D nickels also exhibit die clashes, where ghost-like images appear on the coin because the dies struck each other without a planchet in between, leaving behind mysterious and intriguing Markings that collectors consider rare and fascinating minting accidents. Partial collars and rim errors are also known in this year, where the edges of the coin appear slightly misformed or unusually shaped due to imperfect alignment during striking. And these subtle mistakes can dramatically increase collector interest. The excitement of the 1989 D nickel continues with the hunt for full-step Monticello examples, where the steps on the building are completely visible and sharply defined. A feature that is incredibly hard to find on this year's nickels and therefore extremely valuable. Collectors know that most nickels from the late 1980s suffered from weak strikes and poor quality control. So finding a 1989 D nickel with exceptional clarity and detail is like discovering a rare survivor that somehow avoided the typical flaws of its time, when a coin from this year combines both rare condition and an unusual error. Its value can rise dramatically, capturing the attention of serious collectors who understand how scarce these premium examples truly are in today's market. What makes the 1989 D nickel especially exciting is that many people still have these coins lying unnoticed in old drawers, jars, and coin rolls, meaning rare pieces may still be waiting to be discovered by someone with a sharp eye and a bit of curiosity. The thrill of searching through older coins is part of what makes this hobby so addictive, and the possibility that a simple nickel from 1989 could contain a dramatic error or near-perfect condition keeps collectors digging, examining, and hoping for that lucky find. A high-grade 1989 D nickel with brilliant luster, crisp edges, and beautiful strike quality is a dream come true for collectors who know just how rarely these coins stayed preserved through decades of circulation and handling. Modern coins with rare minting errors continue to surprise the collecting world, and the 1989 D nickel is a perfect example of how even a common 5-cent piece can hold unexpected secrets, hidden value, and incredible rarity beneath its simple design. Every 1989 D nickel has a story shaped by the machines that struck it, the hands that carried it, and the conditions in which it survived. And when all those factors align perfectly, that story becomes valuable, meaningful, and exciting for collectors everywhere. So if you ever come across a United States of America 5 cents 1989 D coin that shows unusual errors, sharp details, or untouched surfaces, make sure you examine it closely because you might be holding something worth as much as $50,000. Last unique coin. The story of the United States of America 5 cents 2005 D coin begins with one of the most unique years in modern nickel history, a year filled with special designs, bold artwork, and unexpected minting surprises that turn this ordinary 5-cent coin into a treasure that collectors love to search for. In 2005, the United States Mint released special nickels as part of the Westward Journey series, and the Denver Mint marked these coins with the famous D Mint mark, giving collectors a fascinating group of designs to explore, detect errors in, and proudly add to their collections. The 2005 D nickels are unlike typical nickels because they feature powerful images inspired by America's exploration history. And these coins instantly caught the attention of collectors who appreciated the creativity, symbolism, and artistic beauty minted into each piece. What makes the 2005 D nickel even more exciting is that not all of them were struck perfectly. And within the millions minted, rare, and valuable error coins emerged, creating incredible opportunities for sharp-eyed collectors to find something extraordinary hiding in everyday change. One of the most sought-after features of this year is the dramatic doubling that appears on some coins where parts of the lettering or design show a clear doubling effect, and when collectors spot that kind of rare doubling, they know they've discovered something special. Another thrilling error found in the 2005 D nickels is the off-center strike, where the design shifts noticeably to one side, instantly transforming the coin into an eye-catching and valuable minting mistake that collectors absolutely love. Some examples also show die cracks stretching across the surface like tiny raised lightning markers, and these cracks occur when the minting dies begin to weaken, creating unique patterns that make each affected coin a one-of-a-kind rarity. Among the most fascinating errors of this year are die clashes, where the dies strike together without a planchet in place, leaving ghost-like impressions on the finished coins that collectors consider mysterious, beautiful, and extremely collectible. There are even coins from 2005 that display an unusually sharp strike, meaning the details appear extra bold and crisp, suggesting the coin might have been struck early in the die's lifespan, making it more desirable because of its enhanced clarity. Some 2005D nickels also exhibit partial color errors, where the edges of the coin appear slightly misformed, giving the coin a unique shape that clearly differs from normal nickels and adds significant collector appeal due to its rarity. Collectors especially enjoy studying the 2005D Buffalo reverse nickel because the bold and majestic buffalo design provides many small details where minting mistakes can appear, allowing careful examiners to uncover errors that others might overlook. The Jefferson front of the coin also offers opportunities for double dies, die chips, and subtle anomalies that turn this modern nickel into a hidden treasure for those who love studying every detail under strong lighting and magnification. High-grade 2005D nickels are surprisingly difficult to find in perfect condition because most of these coins went into heavy circulation, and any example that has survived with strong luster, clean surfaces, and razor-sharp details becomes especially valuable. Collectors understand that modern mint errors are becoming increasingly rare because coin production methods continue to improve, so when a striking mistake or exceptionally beautiful coin appears from 2005, it gains significant attention and interest in the coin market. What makes the 2005D nickel even more exciting is that many people still have these coins tucked away in drawers, jars, or old collections without realizing that they could be holding a valuable piece filled with errors or unusually high quality. The thrill of searching through your own change or coin rolls hoping to find a rare 2005D nickel keeps collectors exploring tirelessly because there is always a chance that the next coin you examine could be the one that stands out from the rest. Every 2005D nickel carries the history of a special minting year, and whether the coin shows the buffalo reverse or the ocean view design, each piece holds a unique story that adds richness and character to the world of coin collecting. Collectors are drawn to this coin not just because of its design, but because the year 2005 produced some of the most popular modern errors, making these nickels highly desirable for beginners and experienced collectors alike. So if you ever find a 2005D nickel that looks different, sharper, or unusual in any way, take a very close look, because hidden within its design could be an error or condition that transforms it from a simple 5-cent piece into a collector's treasure. And if your United States of America 5 cents 2005D coin contains a rare minting error or stunning mint state quality, you might be holding something worth as much as $30,000.